Ahoy!
Welcome to another fun-filled episode of The Wave. My name is Adam.
I'm Nick. And this is our news and chat show from bottom of the stream.
Chat show?
Yeah.
Nice.
As in, we have chats.
We chat to each other. We don't have guests on. We're not Parkinson.
We could do.
We could do. Who should we have on?
Who do you want? If you could have anyone, who would you want to guest? I'm putting a...
What, anyone in the world?
Yeah, no limits.
Wow. That's a big question.
I mean, all right, maybe it has to be from...
Somebody
movies.
related to the podcast.
Yeah.
Somebody related to the podcast. I'd quite like to talk to Mason Blair.
Okay.
I think that'd be cool. Or anybody who's in the Captain's Gallery. Robbie Amell, maybe?
Cool.
Alexander Skarsgård, because I could talk to him about The Stand.
Yes, yeah, you'd like that.
I would.
Think he met Stephen King?
I don't know. Maybe. His brother played Pennywise as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
So there's a family connection there somewhere. So maybe. Who knows?
Cool.
What about you?
I think I'd want to get like... if I'm loosely sticking to something to do with the podcast,
yeah,
let's get Robert Redford on.
That'd be good. That'd be good. I'd enjoy that.
Why did you do that movie?
Yeah. Why did you do that movie? Why? Let's get him on.
Okay.
Ask him. Just one question. Robert, we've got one question for you. Why did you make the discovery?
What attracted it?
What attracted
you to it?
How are you this week, Nick?
Good.
I'm glad to hear it.
I had a great week.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
Not been at work.
Oh, you had a week off?
Yeah, been on holiday.
Hate you.
I've done loads.
Cool.
So my house is currently covered in scaffolding.
I noticed that. I came around the other night. I noticed there was some scaffolding.
Ongoing, because there's some work going on.
Yeah.
So that's been interesting. And then, yeah, I've been on holiday. So I've been to the beach.
Nice.
Last weekend. It was...
Nice weekend for it. Good weather.
Unbelievably warm.
I can imagine.
Which I'm fine with. I really like the heat.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the fact it went from sort of winter to summer overnight.
Literally overnight.
Has been quite interesting.
It's crazy, isn't it?
So yeah, I went to visit some family. That was good. Had a good time up there because my youngest daughter wanted to go to the beach for her birthday because it was her birthday this. So yeah, loads of trips. Been to like adventure playgrounds, out in the sunshine. Been out for a couple of meals. Been to a restaurant.
Nice.
To eat
inside. Wow.
I've done like two, I think.
You are living the dream.
I know. Crazy. Again, first time in months and months and months.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
So yeah. Oh, and I played golf today. Played adventure golf.
Adventure golf?
Yeah. It's like crazy golf, I guess.
Cool.
Which was fun.
Did you win?
Yeah.
Of course you did.
I mean, don't want to put my opposition down too much, but one of them was 5 and one of them was 7. So
yeah, true. But I still think they'd beat you. I think if I asked them, I think they'd tell me they would.
Give it a few years.
Yeah.
Then quite possibly. But it was good. It was I think it's quite a new place, kind of American style. You know, it's all in a jungle. There's lots of skeletons and gorillas and
sounds awesome
stuff in the bushes.
Let's talk about this more off air. It sounds fun.
No problem.
When can we go?
Yeah, I will defend my crown. The first annual bottom of the stream Crazy Golf Open.
Nice. Let's do it. Let's get some people on board.
Okay.
I'm up for that. Sounds fun.
I'll speak to that famous golfer.
Nick Faldo.
Okay, yeah. Sure. He can help us out.
That was the first one that came into my head. 80s golfer Nick Faldo. Cool.
So yeah, it's been really good.
Good.
But now I'm here. I've had time to watch this week's movie, which we'll talk about on Thursday. Which I'm very excited to talk about.
Time to digest last week's movie? Movie?
I mean, I was still trying to get over the fact that you've seen it before.
That was so embarrassing.
But I stand by what we said. I think easily the best thing we've seen this season, early on in season 5.
It really was.
Shadow of the Moon.
It's not even close. It's a really good film. Just overall, isn't it?
Yeah. I still think it could have done a bit more, but
yeah,
it was
it's
the
no
most
Hollywood
enjoyable
blockbuster, but it's the most enjoyable we've done so far.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So yeah, check out our episode.
Check out our episode.
In the Shadow of the Moon from last Thursday.
You can hear all about how Adam accidentally realised that he'd already seen it.
Yeah, I'm quite worried about my mind. How do you forget a whole film?
It was the fact that you still weren't sure until right at the end that you actually had seen it.
It was about halfway through when I thought, yeah, I've definitely seen this.
Brilliant.
That's crazy, isn't it? What goes through my mind?
How about you? How's your week been?
Yeah, not too bad. Had my COVID jab on Friday.
Okay, cool.
Took me off my feet on Saturday.
Really?
Yeah, really.
What happened?
I just hurt.
Okay.
Everything just hurt.
Achy.
My whole body ached. Even my fingers ached.
Right, okay.
It was like, it really did. It took me off my feet. I was out in the morning and I was like, I've got to go home.
Right.
So I went home. I sat on the settee at 2 o'clock. Got up at 10 o'clock, went to bed. I got up at 10 o'clock the next morning. Literally, it wiped me out.
But were you fine when you woke up that morning?
Yeah, Sunday I was absolutely fine.
Yeah.
So, but it's all for a good reason, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was worth it to have that running through my veins now.
The Hulk.
I've booked a couple of days off after my next one, just in case.
Second one's not supposed to be as bad.
Apparently not, but
We'll see.
cool.
Everyone's different.
Yeah. Other than that, I haven't really done a lot at all, to be honest. Fired the pizza oven up at the weekend.
Lovely.
Made some pizza for people.
Good.
You need to come and try some.
Yeah, definitely.
Get some pizza down you.
Get some pizza down, yeah. 100%. Did you see in the news today, today or yesterday, about 2 children who stole their parents' car?
No.
And so I think they were like 9 and 6.
Right.
So they got up at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And stole their family car. And so they're in Utah,
Yeah.
which is kind of middle of America, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they were aiming for California because they wanted to go and swim with the dolphins.
Really?
Yeah. They made it 10 miles down the road.
10 miles?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
2 crashes.
Oh,
Wrote the car off.
you're joking. Oh, my. That's bad times.
They were fine.
Good.
They were fine. But
Until their parents got hold of them. Then they were not fine.
I was reading it earlier on. I was like, this is a crazy story.
You can start locking your car keys up now. You know what your 2 kids are like.
I think mine's not an automatic though. I think
That's true.
It must be. It's a lot easier to drive an automatic.
True. Yeah, they'd struggle. Still worth locking them up. I've met your children. Crazy story. I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it really made me laugh earlier. Anyway, sorry, we're going off piste.
That's fine. Talking of news, shall we jump into some Netflix news?
Yeah, let's do some Netflix news.
Where would you like me to click?
Stephen King. We've already mentioned Stephen King. Let's talk
This
about
one?
him. Yeah, this is not related to Netflix whatsoever.
Okay.
But he's done an interview and he has talked about the movie that he was the most scared of.
All right. Okay, that's interesting.
So the sort of master of horror was the scariest movie he's ever seen.
Yeah.
What do you think it was?
Don't know.
Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, I can agree with
Which-
that.
And that's the reason I wanted to talk about it really, because it vindicates me. Because I think it's a fucking terrifying movie.
I agree. I genuinely do as well.
And I know it was completely hyped at the time. Do you remember? And loads of people were like, oh, what's all the fuss about?
Yeah.
There's nothing to it. Genuinely, that last couple of scenes,
The last scene especially.
it's horrible.
Yeah, it is. It's really horrible. So Mr. King turned it off, did he?
He said, so he recalls back, he says, this is a quote from the interview, the first time I saw Blair Witch Project, it was years ago, I was in hospital. It does say he was doped up, so maybe that did, that helped.
99 was Blair Witch, wasn't it? So I bet that was just after his
Oh yeah, possibly.
camper van accident when he got run over.
It said, my son bought me a VHS tape of it, said, you've got to watch it. Halfway through, I said, nope, turn it off, it is too freaky. So it didn't even get to anywhere near the
Wow.
end.
That's crazy.
Um,
The master of horror
yeah.
cannot take the Blair Witch Project.
I just thought it was really interesting.
That is really interesting.
Because, like I say, I don't think the reputation of the Blair Witch Project is particularly strong, and I think people should revisit it. And actually, it is a really scary movie.
Speaking of Stephen King, briefly going off subject, I've just finished what his latest book of short stories.
Okay.
And there's a story in there called Rat, and it's one of the best things he's
I think
written.
I've read
years.
it.
It's really good. It's
I
about
think
the
I've read
author who gets the rat tells him to
Yes,
finish his
I have
stuff.
read it.
I think it's one of the best things King's written in a long time. I really enjoyed it. All the stories in that book are really good, to be fair. But
I think I might have read it around Christmas time. I can't remember any of the stories in it, but I remember thinking that was a really good collection of. One of them's like a Mr. Mercedes spin-off, isn't it?
Yeah, it's and then I think there's 3 others in this book as well.
Yeah.
But the last one in the book called Rat, it really stuck with me. It's really
It is creepy.
It's really creepy, and I really enjoyed it. I've just started his next book. It's called Later. I don't know what it's about yet.
Okay.
I've just started it last night, so maybe I'll feedback on my
Do it.
Stephen King book. Where do you want to go next?
Let's do the non-Netflix stuff first. So there's another non-Netflix movie.
This one.
Yeah. Do you like Super Mario Brothers?
The game or the movie?
The game.
Yeah. Grief Burrito this week I've done an episode on it.
I know, yeah.
In the first Super Mario Bros. Game.
Well,
it's a really good episode. You should check them out. And not you.
okay.
The people who are listening to this, hopefully.
Well, forget about the games.
Okay.
Do you like the movie?
I do like the movie. They've done an episode on that as well, funnily enough. But yeah, I do like the movie.
I thought it took them about 6 episodes to review
It did,
the
yeah,
movie.
because they can't do one episode, one movie. They have to do 3 episodes, one movie.
Well, if you are that way inclined,
Yeah.
there has been released in the last week or so a fan cut of Super Mario Brothers the movie that adds 20 minutes of footage.
How does that work? How do fans get hold of hidden footage?
They've got some what they're calling undiscovered deleted scene.
Right.
It's called the Morton Yankel cut, named after the husband and wife directors. And yeah, it increases the runtime from 104 minutes to 125.
That's fascinating. I mean, send it to the Grief Burrito Boys and make them watch it again.
Yeah, so previously unseen deleted scenes include the Mario Brothers running afoul of the Scapelli plumbing company, Koopa murdering a technician by de-evolving him into slime, and Iggy and Spike rapping about the overthrow of King Koopa. What was that missing was definitely more rapping.
Definitely.
There's also a lot of extended scenes, including a lot more Dennis Hopper.
Can't beat a good bit of Dennis Hopper.
We can share the link to this in the Discord.
I'm happy to share the link to it.
You can go and watch the entire cut.
How is that?
A place called the Internet Archive.
I was just going to say on a place called the Internet. How is it allowed? How are fans allowed to do things like that?
I don't know.
It's
I mean,
copyright issues.
I suppose we should caveat that and say we'll put the link up, whether it will still be there.
Yeah.
After a couple of weeks.
That's interesting.
I don't know, but if you want 20 more minutes of Super Mario Brothers,
get on it.
We'll let you know where it is.
Jordan, let's get Jordan and Haz to review it.
Oh yeah, they do another 4 episodes.
4 episodes on it. Love you guys. Where do you want me to go next?
Let's start at the top. So,
that's not the top.
So let's go to our Netflix news.
Okay, cool.
Netflix has updated its 10 most watched movies of all time because Army of the Dead is now one of them.
Okay.
Which came out 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, yes.
So, I mean, all these figures are obviously from Netflix. So we're
That's
not
the
suggesting...
trouble with them, isn't it? You can't... There's no independent adjudicator.
That they might be slightly or totally made up. But this is what they're claiming. Do you want to run through them? Shall we run through them?
Let's do it.
Tied at number 9, conveniently.
That makes me laugh even more.
Almost as if they want to promote this movie, is Army of the Dead and The Midnight Sky, which was George Clooney's movie that came out at Christmas.
Yeah, it's boring.
So the number, in this case 72 million, is referring to the number of households that tuned into the movie in its first 4 weeks of release for 2 minutes or more. 2 minutes of Army of the Dead is not getting you very far.
You don't get past the credit sequence, I don't think.
I don't think it even gets you to the credits.
2 minutes of The Midnight Sky is enough. But then only during the first 4 weeks as well.
Yeah.
So what's happening to all the views after that?
Well, I'm sure they still count them, but this is their sort of,
That's a really weird
release.
Chart of
Impact upon
the
release.
most watched films in the first 4 weeks. I doubt they've got exactly the same number. There's some rounding gone on there.
In all of these cases, there seems to be some rounding. In 8th place is Project Power with 75 million.
I haven't seen that one.
I've seen it.
Have you?
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the take a pill, get superhero powers.
Yeah.
Number 7 is Enola Holmes with 76 million. I was surprised that was so high.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised about that. It didn't get a lot of press when it came out, did it?
I didn't feel like it did. I felt like it was a little under the radar, but there you go.
Obviously not. What do we know?
Number 6 is The Old Guard at 78 million.
That's surprisingly high as well.
I have still not watched that.
It's all right.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's all right. But yeah, I wouldn't have thought it'd be that high up.
Number 5 is Murder Mystery, 83 million.
That's a big jump there as well.
From
78 to 83.
So that was Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston.
This chart's bullshit.
I've just noticed. Number 4 is...
I just noticed the same thing.
6 Underground.
Yeah.
Which was Michael Bay directing Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
A load of rich people exploding things. That's number 4, but it also is at 83 million.
So why is number 9 and 10 a tie, but number 5 and 4 are not? This chart doesn't make any sense.
Well, this is Netflix for you. Number 3 is Spencer Confidential, 85 million.
I haven't seen that.
Number 2 is Bird Box, 89 million.
I have seen that. I do enjoy Bird Box. I do enjoy Bird Box. It's good.
And number 1 is Extraction, 99 million views in its first 4 weeks.
That's madness. That's 10 million more than number 2.
Yeah.
And I didn't think Extraction was that... It's good, but I didn't think it was that popular when it came out. It didn't. When
you were talking about popular, it's like I don't recall it being in my. I knew it was out, but I don't recall it being people talking about it, or it just
like the Army of the Dead. Everybody's talking about it.
Or the Army of the Dead seems to be everywhere on adverts, social media, blah, 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 all that sort of stuff. Whereas I don't remember that being the case for Extraction. No. Yeah, so that's Netflix's new.
I'm not sure I believe in it.
Most successful movies of all time, according to Netflix.
Isn't Extraction like their most highest budget movie of all time as well?
I think it's right up there. I think there's a couple in production that will top it.
Interesting. There seems to be some... I'm going to say this. There seems to be some things missing in that list, but I can't think of any off the top of my head currently.
I mean, I think there was definitely a bit of manipulation going on.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not convinced the Midnight Sky was...
No,
at the same level of Army as Army of the Dead.
But then I suppose if we go first 4 weeks, Army of the Dead hasn't had 4 weeks yet.
No, that's its projected number.
Oh, that's its projected number?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem right to me. No. But who knows? Who knows?
Let's move on. We talked last week about interactive stuff a little bit.
We did.
We were talking about games and a couple of the interactive specials that have been out on Netflix. Jimmy Schmidt, Bandersnatch. Well, there's another one coming.
Oh, cool.
Do you like meditation?
I don't have time to meditate.
Well, if you find the time, then from June the 15th, Netflix is releasing in catalogue that's because I've just read the word catalogue on the screen. in cooperation with Headspace, who are sort of a meditation app.
Yeah.
A series of interactive shows that will guide you through breathing exercises. You can change the format of the exercise depending on your feeling.
Oh, right, okay.
On that day that you launch it.
That's interesting.
And it will tailor it for you depending on your responses. So
maybe we should try it out.
We could do a live meditation.
Live meditation.
Maybe that'd be one for the Instagram.
Yeah, maybe. It could be a bit boring if it works and there's just two of us sitting there doing it. Headspace already have a show on Netflix.
Yes, they
do. How to Go to Sleep, I think it's called.
Sure.
But this is going to be an interactive version of that. It's interesting. I don't understand that. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't get what that means.
What do you mean?
What?
So I'm presuming in my head, I'm seeing it. It will ask you a few questions.
Are you in a good mood today? Yes.
Yeah. And then according to your responses, it will pick
what sort of meditation
the routine that you are about to do.
Interesting. I'll check it out.
That's how I read it.
June the 15th.
15th.
Okay, we'll check that out when it happens. Where do you want to go to next? Do you want to talk about Jupiter's Legacy for a little bit?
Sure.
Sad news for all Jupiter's Legacy fans is that it's not been cancelled.
Okay.
It's been put on hold indefinitely. So the cast have been released from their contracts and it will not be coming back for the foreseeable future.
I mean, sounds like cancelling
to me. They don't want to admit that the Miller World universe has got off to a bad start, I don't think. So what they've done is they've put Jupiter's Legacy on ice and have commissioned another show from Mark Miller. Is that his name? Or I just made that up?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So they're going to just try a different one of his books. So adapt that instead.
They've cancelled that series, but they've commissioned a spin-off.
Yes, basically. So the universe is still alive, but the characters that we have met so far are not.
Yeah, that seems...
yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Apparently, Jupiter's Legacy cost Netflix $200 million.
Wow.
Which is a lot of money for a TV show. And apparently there was lots of reshoots and they had to call back the cast quite a lot of times. Okay. So that's the budget ramped up. Then it sounds like it got a little bit out of control. Got a bit away from them.
And we're not hearing how many times that's been viewed in its first few weeks.
It stayed in the top 10 for a long time.
Yeah, yeah.
And I thought it was great. I really enjoyed it. And I still would recommend it. It does leave it on a bit of a cliffhanger though. So
could that be resolved in the spin-off?
Could be. Who knows? Who knows where they're going with it? But yeah, so it's sad news coming out. Nobody was really expecting it.
That's quite a quick cancellation as well, isn't it?
It's only been out, a month?
Yeah.
I think it's just the money. I think that's all down to money. I think it just comes down to that show cost us too much money. We can't have that again. I think that's all it was.
Interesting.
Yeah. Sad news. I enjoyed Jupiter's Legacy.
Okay. I've still not got to it. I would like to. Should I still?
I think you'd still get something out of it. It does leave it on a bit of a cliffhanger, but nothing that's going to ruin your life.
Good. That's good to know.
Do you want this one?
Sure. We're skipping about a bit. This is non-Netflix related movie news. Okay. Do you like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Yeah.
Do we need another reboot of it?
Probably not.
Because you're getting one.
Oh, okay.
And Seth Rogen's doing it.
Oh, goodness me. Really?
Yeah, him and Evan Goldberg. It's CGI.
Of course it is.
But they're writing, producing, and...
I'm not convinced by that.
It's coming quite soon, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Oh, no.
Or not.
It's coming
quite soon.
In 2 and a bit years.
On exactly August the 11th, 2023.
Yeah.
Seth Rogen released a page of doodles from Leonardo himself.
I'm not a Seth Rogen fan.
Okay.
I think he just plays the same thing in everything he does. But I don't know. I'm just imagining like stoner turtles sitting in a sewer doing nothing all day.
Do you think he'll? Maybe he will. Maybe he'll voice a couple of. I don't know.
Maybe he'll voice all 4 of them.
Why not?
I love this article's all about it, and then it's just got pictures from all the other movies that have ever been made, rather than.
It feels like that is something that gets rebooted every year or two, be it in movies or there's always a new animated series of it.
It does seem like it's just an easy thing to pick up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Weird.
Well, he's having a go, so we'll see.
For it. You're never going to beat the original cartoons.
I don't think so.
No, not me. I think we've hit all of them now. Should we just quickly do this one?
Yep.
I found an article earlier on. You remember we talked about Geeked Week?
I do.
Earlier in last week's episode. So Geeked Week is Netflix's first attempt at a virtual event, which starts on June the 7th, which is the day this episode comes out?
Yes.
Yes, it will be, won't it? And it is an entire week dedicated to genre stories across film and TV that means science-fi and fantasy and shows based on comic books and video games. Basically, everything a geek's going to love. The company are claiming there's going to be more than 50 projects featured. I was reading about this earlier and I thought, how do I watch Geeked Week, which is really hard to say. I don't like it. So every day next week, from June the 7th to June the 11th, Netflix will be kicking off an event at 9 a.m. Pacific time. I don't know what that is in UK time.
I believe it's about 5 o'clock.
Perfect.
PM.
I'll take that. And then there'll be daily recaps a bit later on in the day as well. There isn't a schedule they're going to stick to. But if you want to check it out, there will be events on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and TikTok. So they're hitting all the video sharing apps.
And then we'll have lots of news to talk about.
We're going to have a big wave next week. Funnily enough, it says that we're going to hit all the video sharing apps.
Yes.
Netflix is a video sharing app.
That's true.
But they're not putting anything on their own platform, which I find a bit strange. You think they'd have like a show they just put up every day on Netflix?
Yeah, because they've never done a live
No.
From our studio.
No.
Let's just host it.
Just host it on our own platform.
Yeah.
Why would we put it on YouTube?
And all the others.
And all the others.
Because why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just seems strange that I would have you think they'd have had a daily show go up on Netflix. But apparently that's not what they're doing. But there's loads and loads. There's going to be loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of news coming out of Netflix next week. We might have to do maybe we'll do a Geek Week special.
Okay.
Wave.
Sounds good to me.
Me too. That's all the news done. Have you watched anything good at the top of the stream?
I have watched a few things this week.
Okie dokie, where are we starting?
I watched yesterday a movie that I'd never seen before on Disney Plus, and it had Robert Redford in it.
What was it?
Because all things are circular. I watched Pete's Dragon.
Oh wow, that's old.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
It feels
really
old.
good.
Yeah?
Yeah, the remade version.
Oh, the remade version?
Yeah, not the original.
It's not the original from
the 70s.
70s.
It had Carl Urban in it.
Oh, right, so not that old then.
Robert Redford and Bryce Dallas Howard.
All right.
It was good.
Yeah?
Quite emotional. Happy ending, but quite emotional. We sat and watched it as a family and really enjoyed it. I would recommend.
I might check it out.
Because
I didn't
obviously
even know it had been remade.
that's all Disney do nowadays.
Just remake stuff.
Yeah.
I went to watch a Disney film at the cinema last night.
Did you? What was that?
I went to watch Cruella.
Oh, okay. Which isn't quite a remake.
It's not. It's a reimagining.
Yeah.
It's not a prequel or a sequel to 101 Dalmatians.
Okay.
It is a origin story for Cruella de Vil,
Right.
but it was also based roughly on the story of 101 Dalmatians.
And what did you think?
I really enjoyed it.
I've heard good things.
I thought it was excellent. It's the best film I've seen since I've been going back to the cinema.
Oh, cool.
So
I wasn't sure if it'd be up your street.
Nor was I. I only went because the person who I went with wanted to see it.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, it doesn't cost me anything. I'll go. I'm not doing anything. It was Emma Stone and Emma Thompson are brilliant in it.
Cool.
Both of them. Emma Stone is incredible. She just embodies that character so well.
Awesome.
I think she's the best character actress in the world.
Okay.
I know you like it when I say things like that, with no backup or no basis. I used to think it was Helena Bonham Carter.
Right.
Who is the best character actress in the world. But I think she might have just been taken over.
Okay. Fine.
Emma Stone is always excellent. That's what I'm trying to say. And this character just seems perfect for her.
Was the story interesting?
Yeah, it was. It was really good.
Okay.
So basically, her mother gets killed at the beginning, and she vows revenge on this person who killed her.
What is the audience of this? What is it aimed at?
It was packed in the cinema.
Yeah, well, who's it aimed at? Is this? It's not a kids' film.
No, it's not.
Film?
I think it's a 12
Right.
or 12A. I think.
So it's
not
tweens and up.
Yeah, it's not aimed at young kids.
Right. Okay.
It's got quite a violent theme to it.
Okay.
But I don't know. The cinema was busy. I'll tell you
Busiest you've
that
seen
much.
since you've been back.
By far, probably 3 times busier than any of the other films.
That's interesting.
So yeah, there was, I would say not an empty seat in the house, but there was obviously a lot of empty
Sure.
seats in the house. But I feel like everywhere that somebody could have sat, somebody was sitting.
Ah, cool.
So yeah, it just felt like it was busy, which is good. It's nice to see. It's nice to be in a packed cinema again.
Excellent.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Thought it was a lot of fun, and I would highly recommend it.
Yeah, because you can watch that on Disney Plus if you are so inclined.
can you?
It's had a dual release,
I didn't know that.
I believe. Although it's on, you have to pay extra.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd recommend it if you like those sort of films. You're gonna love it.
Cool.
It's got the guy from Cobra Kai in it. He played Stingray.
Yes.
The big fat guy.
Yeah.
He was in Richard Jewell last year as well. But he's really good in it. Although there's a bit at the beginning where it's like the characters start off as children.
Yeah.
And then she's like, and 10 years later, and then he turns into this guy. And I'm like, that kid is a lot older, a lot younger than 10 years difference between those two. There's a timeline issue going on there.
That's Hollywood casting for you, I guess.
Yeah. It's Joel Fry as well, who's always good.
Yeah.
He's really funny. So yeah, definitely. And Mark Strong's in it as well. It's a really good cast. Strong, solid cast.
A strong
Check it out.
recommendation.
Strong recommendation from myself.
I've finished watching The Mighty Ducks Game Changers.
Excellent.
It's fun.
Yeah?
Yeah. I wasn't so sure the first few episodes, but it comes together really nicely.
I might check that out. I used to really like the Mighty Ducks.
10
films.
episodes. I think
Nice.
you'd like it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Half an hour?
Yeah, I mean, I think I might have said this before. It's very much the same sort of formula as Cobra Kai.
Right.
It's that sort of nostalgia rebooting it for sort of
I think we're going to see a lot of this.
a younger generation.
I feel like
new
we're going to
set
see
of
a lot of
kids.
this coming through.
But it's well done. It is
That's all
at the
that matters,
Disney
isn't it?
factory, but it is it's good.
Good. That's all that matters. As long as it's good and it's entertaining, what more could you want?
I mean, I could sit here and say there's an absolute dearth of creativity with this company just
They're just
repeating. Will this just happen forever now?
probably
Well-
they've just got to fill that service, haven't they? At the minute, I think they're just trying to get as much stuff on there as they
Sure.
can. So they're just They're probably just commissioning everything that people are suggesting.
Yeah.
But so Netflix did the same thing. They didn't do them too much harm.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Good.
I had a fun time. And then the other big thing I've watched last weekend, I watched the Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
So did I.
Did you?
Yes.
Excellent.
I watched it when I was not feeling great on Saturday.
Okay.
So I thought I just want something that's brainless that I can just put on.
Oh, this will definitely tick
I
that box.
ordered myself a McDonald's and watched Jay and Silent Bob. It was a nostalgia fest. I really enjoyed it. Did
Me
you?
too. Yeah, I
It's fun.
had a great time.
It was everything that I expected it to be. It's not great.
No,
I'm
not
not going to say it's game changing, world breaking, but it's entertaining. It's fun. It's a
It's
nostalgia.
puerile.
It's nostalgia.
Everyone
porn
looks
again.
really old.
God, Jay. Except for Kevin Smith, who seems to have gone younger
I know.
somehow.
What an incredible tale he's had, though.
Yeah.
He nearly died.
Yeah,
Turned his life around. He looks incredible.
it really does.
Absolutely incredible. Yeah, it's great to see. It's just like a total cameo fest.
Yeah.
People popping up from all of those previous films. Your lookalike, Jason Biggs, even turned up.
He did.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did.
Obviously, it had at least one bottom of the stream alum in there.
Did it?
Because Harley Quinn Smith played the
Of course, yeah.
lead lady, I suppose.
Yeah, leading girl.
She was in Holidays.
Yeah.
That we watched last season before. I don't even know.
I'd forgotten that she was in that, yeah.
Yeah, I look, I wasn't go in with
low expectations.
just expecting it to be a Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back type level.
Yeah.
And that's what you're getting.
Yeah, it's no better or worse than any of the others.
No.
Which is the best Jay and Silent Bob film?
I have always had a soft spot for Mallrats.
No, I've got a lot of time for Mallrats.
I watched that a lot, sort of like at university.
Yeah,
and
that's sort of age. We hit the right age group bracket for those films, don't we?
Yeah.
I think Dogma's the best one.
I really enjoyed Dogma.
I've got a lot of time.
Chasing Amy is really good.
Yeah, it is.
It's a lot. It's sweet.
Yeah,
and not as pure as everything else in that universe.
But then Clerks is really good as well.
Clerks are great. I've still got that on DVD, like a big box set of that with. It's great.
I'm not sure about Clerks 2.
I think I only saw it once.
Yeah,
I sort of vaguely remember it.
Which one of the Scream films are they in? Is it Scream 3?
I think it's 3.
It's yeah, it is. It's the one where they're in the Hollywood sets. It's 3 when they're remaking 1.
But yeah, everyone who's been in what a Jay and Silent Bob film previously turns up.
Yeah, even Batfleck shows up at one point.
Yeah, he gets quite a scene actually. Matt Damon turns up. He's very funny.
Yeah,
but only in it very briefly.
Yeah, he's only in one scene, but he's very funny in it.
Yeah,
the only one who isn't in it is the guy who played Randall in Clerks.
Yes,
because they had a big falling out, didn't they?
Yeah.
But other than that, I think everybody shows up.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's good. I really enjoyed it. Check it out. If you've seen all the Jay and Silent Bob films, check them out.
Yeah,
if you haven't,
it is what it is. And I knew what it was going to be. Well, I hoped I knew what it was going to be like, and it was, and I really enjoyed it. Agreed. It's not going to win any awards, but it was a real nice nostalgia trip.
Yeah, it was just what I needed on Saturday night.
Good.
I finished Invincible on Amazon Prime.
Yes.
That is an excellent TV show.
Great.
I would highly recommend it. The casting is brilliant. The animation style is incredible, and the story just works in every episode.
Sure.
It's well for 10 episodes, half an hour each, 40 minutes each. It's definitely worth checking out.
That's a good recommendation in a world where we are swamped with superhero stuff.
Yeah, agreed. There is a lot of superheroes. Well, one less now. Jupiter's Legacy's gone, but there is a lot of superheroes.
Well, it's evening out, isn't it?
Yeah, because one comes, one goes,
yeah,
and
exactly.
then another one's come in, and
it's getting a spin-off. So.
But Invincible has been recommissioned for 2 further seasons already.
Sweet.
So, yeah, check it out. And finally, I watched a film that you recommended to me, or you asked me to watch.
I don't think I recommended it.
I can't remember where did it come from. Was it in our first season?
It was. Remember, we did that bonus episode of
films that we
tried to introduce ourselves with.
It was our 10th episode.
And one of the questions was pick something for the other person to watch on Netflix.
And you did. So this is over 2 years ago.
It's been like gone off and come back onto Netflix about 3 times since then.
I watched R.I.P.D.
Brilliant.
With Jeff Bridges and Ryan Reynolds.
One of the absolute worst reviewed movies of all time. Yeah. It's like right down there.
Because it's just Men in Black. And it is just Men in Black.
Jeff Bridges is a dead cowboy. What do you mean? It's totally different.
It's not. It's good. I enjoyed it. It's fun.
It's not one of the worst movies of all time, is it?
It's definitely not one of the worst movies of all time. It's entertaining. It's fun. It's stupid.
Like I said, I just watched the latest Men in Black a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
That's not as fun as R.I.P.D.
No, I bet it's not. I haven't seen it, but I bet it isn't. Jeff Bridges' accent was a little off-putting at times because he really hams it up with that cowboy accent, and you can't always understand what he's saying.
It's garbage, but it's fun garbage.
It's fun garbage. I enjoyed it. Again, it was one of those just stick it on. As soon as I seen it come back to Netflix, I was like, 2 years ago, Nick told me to watch that. I probably should watch it. So I did. Yeah, check it out. It's all right. Ryan Reynolds has got always good value.
Yeah.
It's always fun. But it is just Men in Black. It even looks like a Men in Black film.
Yeah, totally.
If the effects and the ghosts and the whatever, they're just aliens from Men in Black. They don't even look like human ghosts. It looks like the ghosts look like they're just aliens.
Yeah,
it's good though.
It is. It is exactly the same premise. They're just dead things instead of aliens.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I don't understand why it gets
no, normally
bashed so much.
Agreed. What should we do now? Do you want to talk about Alice in Borderland?
Let's do it.
Let's extend our rods.
Okay.
What episode did we do this week?
Don't touch the tips. Episode 6
Yeah, I think
of 8.
we've got 2 left, haven't we?
We have.
What do you think?
I think it was fine.
I think it was better than last week.
Yes. I think it was a step up.
Yeah, I agreed. So basically,
A lot happened off screen, though.
yeah, a lot didn't happen. Not a lot happened in it.
Or,
It was
like I said, well, let's talk about the big thing is the leader of the beach.
Yeah, it's no more.
But that was all off screen.
Yeah, we didn't see. There wasn't a game in this episode. Was there a game in this episode?
No, but I don't think I was okay with that.
Yeah, I was okay with that as well. It's the first one, but yeah, he is no more. Left this mortal coil. He failed in a game.
Presume so. Because he said the episode before, right, I'm getting out there. I'm gonna do a load of games.
And then he's just dead on a table.
Yeah, with
Not
his
good. So
kimono agape.
gaping kimono. So the militia took over.
They did.
They forced themselves through an election process that was not democratic, and then we now have a new leader of the beach, And then I guess you have to talk about what happened at the end,
Sure.
because this is.
Well,
I assume this is ramping to a double episode finale.
I think so. So first of all, I don't think he's got a name yet.
No, I don't.
The guy with silver hair.
Yeah.
Long silver hair. So he's set our lead character up, didn't he? Arisu.
He did.
And
there was like a failed heist.
Yeah, so it said, well, let's steal the cards.
Yeah.
We're clever. We're good at these games.
Because they still think these cards are going to get them something when they've got there, even though we've got no evidence to say that's the case.
So we'll break into the safe and we'll steal the cards. But it was all a setup.
Yeah.
And Arisu was captured.
Yeah.
He's got a day left on his visa.
Yes.
And he's been stuck in a room. He's tied
up to a chair.
So he's now playing a game, and he's not in a game. You see what they've done?
It's clever.
So he's got a certain amount of time to get out of this situation he's in before his visa expires and he gets exploded. Meanwhile, the whole beach has been turned into a game.
A giant game, yeah.
Game.
The laser walls came down over the whole place. 54 participants, I think it said.
So, yeah.
There's a lot more than that there. Or there was.
Yeah.
In those party scenes from a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, and that's where it left us.
They've got to hunt the witch, haven't they?
Yeah.
Who's murdered.
Whoever's murdered this girl.
Yeah.
Who's got a knife in her shoulder. Yeah, it's interesting. It's going to lead up to an interesting finale.
Do you think the game's going to take 2 episodes then?
Yeah, I think so. Do you want to do them as a double episode finale? Do you want to do 2 for next week? Or shall we keep going with 1? I feel like it's going to be a 2 episode.
Well, then if it's 1 and there's a cliffhanger, we can postulate.
I just want to get it done.
The next week.
Yeah, okay, we'll just do 1 again. But yeah, I thought this one was a lot better than the last one.
It did. It had to do a lot of heavy lifting, didn't it? It was all plot, drive it forward. So we found out a bit more about some of these individuals.
It moved at a bit more of a high tempo and introduced
like,
a few more
you say, though, we're
us.
still totally assuming that these cards will get someone something.
Because this last game's for the last card, isn't it? The 10 of hearts they haven't got yet.
Yeah.
So, and that's the 10 is the difficulty level.
Yes.
And hearts is
the worst game because it's the one where you have to
betray people or whatever. So yeah, it's going to be the hardest game so far.
So that will just leave the face cards if they
which
are a thing.
Which have never been a thing so far.
Yeah.
Maybe there'll be a season 2 thing. Who knows? But yeah, so
but it does leave questions because whoever the game controls the game or sets the game has identified that this place has all the cards.
Yeah. That's
so
true.
it's saying, right, here's your chance to complete the set.
Yeah. But
so
they're again just completely assuming.
So it's not just random.
No, it can't be. Because there's still people out there who are not in the beach.
Yeah.
Who are now not invited to play this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So whoever's controlling it is either trying to, well, I don't know, either get a winner or wipe them all out.
Yeah. The one thing I'm pretty sure is we're not going to find out who is in control or what is happening in this season.
No way.
It's just going to end.
Yeah.
And we're going to be none the wiser. I've overall enjoyed it.
Me
really
too.
Have. Last week's was a damp squib.
It's been more up and down than I expected.
Yeah. I'd agree with that. Ross said last week's was his favourite episode.
Okay.
Because he's weird. But I thought this one was a lot better.
But yeah, I'm keen to see the last couple.
I'm really intrigued to see how it's going. I'm intrigued to see how this game's going to work with hunting these 54 people down.
I will still say it's going to have to be pretty good for me to want to go to the second season.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm on board with it enough that I will stick with it.
Okay.
But that depends on how these last 2 episodes go.
Yeah, see if they stick the landing or give us a good cliffhanger.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see. Listen on to find out.
Definitely. Have we got anything else we want to talk about?
I don't think so.
I think that's another episode of The Wave completed then.
We have ridden, surfed, paddled,
Crashed.
floated on the wave for another week.
All done. So what film will we be watching this week?
This week, on Thursday, on this very feed, you will find the Bottom of the Stream movie show, and we are talking about a movie called Tik Tok.
Tik Tok. It's a Chinese film.
It is.
It is not based on the app.
No.
Thank God. It's going to be a wild one, this one. It's strange. It's a strange movie.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's a cop drama, I guess.
Cop drama, revenge flick.
There's a serial killer. There's bombs. Lives are in danger.
Honestly, mate, I've seen it. I have no idea what it's about. But we'll come to that on Thursday, I guess.
It's going to be fun to talk about it.
It is. It's going to be really fun. So, come back on Thursday and check us out. And till then, goodbye.
Cheers.
Bye.